Greetings and Zentras, g'day, and welcome to Bazenze. Alright, how's it going? Wait, let me adjust my microphone. Alright, hello guys, hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, I had a little bit of a headache early on, so I wanted to do something a bit more chill. Thankfully my headache's pretty much gone, so we're feeling a bit better now, but at the same time, you know, everything's good, but you know, we'll take it chill today. I've been doing a lot lately as well, so you know, I don't think I could lock in properly for Hollow Knight to defeat the final boss today. So yeah, we're just gonna be playing Dogs Organized Neatly for today, so just kind of a nice shorter Zatsu stream while we go through all of the... I think we got halfway before, if I remember correctly. But yeah, how you guys? How have you guys been? I feel like I haven't... feels like a little bit since I've streamed. But how you guys doing? Did you guys get up to much this week? It's been forever. It's okay, I'm back. And we've got a few streams coming up as well. Today, tomorrow. What do we have? Tomorrow we have Dave the Diver. Saturday we have a double stream. Sunday we have another stream as well, so yes. I just finished listening to Shanti. I'm not implying anything. Hello Yukino, thank you for the posture check as well, everybody stretch. Working like crazy without missing Oni-sama. Well, I hope your work's not too stressful and you're okay. But yeah. Doing great, just doing homework. Everything is okay, but miss you. Haven't caught up a stream in a while. Cause I've been taking Pape Doji around in Japan. Aw. I hope you guys are having fun taking Pape Doji with you everywhere you go. I see lots of posts all the time with you guys taking pictures of Pape Doji. And it does make me very happy to see that you're taking him along on journeys and everything. So I'm glad you can adventure with him. Can't wait to see you rage bait at the Agree. Me rage bait? What are you talking about? Took Pape Doji to a marriage this weekend. Ooh, a bit fancy this time. Did he have to dress up, or was his clothing okay? I guess my clothes are kind of fancy anyway, you know. I think it should have been okay, right? I've been bringing Pape Doji to the gym with me often. Well, Pape Doji's gonna get buff as well then. I took Pape Doji to my DD session and he blessed my dice rolls at the very end of the session. Yes, he tries his best, what can I say? But yeah. Pape Doji was so fancy, looks stunning. Look at him. Look at him dressing up and everything. Very fancy. Hope you feel better, Oni-sama. Missed you so much and it would be nice if you streamed on my birthday, but even the day after counts, right? Sending positive vibes to the buffers. Yeah, wait, was it your birthday yesterday, Peter? Oh. Well, it was your birthday. A very big happy birthday, Peter. I hope you enjoyed it either way. Thank you so much for sending the message as well. I appreciate it. But happy belated birthday. Either way, I hope you had lots of good food and everything else. Just now, I was working very hard for the adventures. The last 2 days, I mean, the past few weeks as well. But the last 2 days and everything else, I've been locked in working really hard, guys. So, someday, you guys will see all of the hard work I'm doing, and it will all make sense. 1 second, I was gonna use this. I was gonna use the spin wheel, but I have to log into the thingy. What is it? Thank you for all your hard work, Anisama. Yeah, you guys are. I mean, trust me, I got a lot. Definitely, you definitely be able to see my hard work sometime. It's just not gonna be super soon, but when you see it, you will understand why it's taking me weeks and weeks and weeks as well. All right, let's do a quick spin. Oh, that is 2 push-ups. Doesn't need to for spin with your head hurts. It's okay, I'm feeling better as well. The headache's mostly gone away, so pretty chill at the moment. Definitely feeling better as well. Took a little bit of rest and some ibuprofen. So happy to catch your stream. Feeling a bit pressured and confused about big decisions. Well, I hope you're happy with the outcome of whatever big decisions you have to make. But you got this. But yeah, so many things. I feel like time is just flying by, guys. I don't know how time flies by so fast, but literally, yeah, every day is just a blur of waking up, working hard, sometimes streaming, going back to sleep, waking up, rinse and repeat. Add a little bit of going to the gym or working out or eating in there, and that's about it. But yeah. One day closer to Altus's birthday every day. That's true every single day though. Even the day after my birthday is still one day closer to my next birthday, right? But yeah, man, I still need to think what I want to do for my... I need to think what I want to do for like my actual birthday stream this year. Maybe, I don't know, maybe some form of like Totsu, and who knows? I will have to figure it out. Not too sure, but I'm sure I can think of something. But still looking forward to a few things on my birthday, so I guess that's coming up. And yeah, I'm not sure if I want to like just have something, I don't know, something like big or something chill or stuff like that. Any hints of what birthday merch will be? No hints. You will see like 2 or 3 days before my birthday once the official announcement drops. Yeah, that's all I can say. He's so sus? What do you mean sus? It is, so curious. And just know that it will be useful and you guys will like it, okay? Once again, there's no samples or anything I can show you guys. It's just like, I've talked about, I want this and this, and they've said, okay, that looks good. I think we can, you can get it. So I'm like, yay. All right, but it's not like I have something I can show you guys or anything. Wanted to say hi before I fall asleep. Have a fun stream, everyone. No problem, Gloria. Thank you so much for popping by. Have a good sleep. Rest well. Bye-bye. Please let it be an Altus pillow. There's no pillow. There's no booba pillow. There's none of that stuff. Maybe in the future, guys, but no Mount Zen and Mount Doji yet. Maybe in the future. We will yeah, we will see. But trust me, I think, yeah, the only thing I can say is it's well thought out. That's all I can say for the birthday merch. It's something I thought about. It has a theme to it. It has a reason to it. It's not just, oh, let's just do some random merch. It's not like, oh, I don't know what to do for merch. Let's just do whatever. This is something that I thought about. It makes sense for you guys. I think you guys would use it and like it. And I guess the only hint I can tell you guys is it is, yeah, you can use it or take it with you. That's all I can say. So you know it's not gonna be some like a giant body pillow or something that you like leave at home or on your shelf or whatever. That's all I can say. Now that you say, all I can think about is Mount Zen and Mount Doji on a mouse pad instead. Maybe one day we'll get a boomer mouse pad, guys. That is not today, but maybe one day we will. Okay, I'm not sure when, and I'm not sure how many people would want to buy it, but perhaps one day we'll get it. But yeah, it's okay. That's coming off. We I don't want to spoil anything yet. It's still a month and a half away, so you know, I know it's gonna suddenly pop up on us before we even know, but at the same time, you know, just want to make sure that we didn't spoil anything too early. We've still got a few other things to look forward to. We've got Valentine's Day to look forward to, guys. And we have yeah, we have Valentine's Day and we have Lunar New Year. Wait, did I say what I was gonna do? I think I was gonna do something for Valentine's Day. Like some kind of hand cam, but I forgot what kind of hand cam. Was I gonna do a hand cam for Valentine's, guys? I know for Lunar New Year I want to make dumplings, but for Valentine's, making dumpling, yeah, I mean, I wanted to, I wanted to make dumplings for a while. So I was just like, you know what? Might as well do something. Maybe. We'll see. Don't think you mentioned anything. Okay. Yeah, I did want to do karaoke stream as well. I'm not sure if karaoke stream is going to be for Valentine's or White Day though. I guess it just depends how much practice I can get before then as well. Yeah, but on the karaoke was gonna be sort of close, but not on the actual day. So I'll have to figure out what I want to do for that one as well. I think you said karaoke. Yeah, that's gonna be around the time, but not. It doesn't have to be on the specific day. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I will have to figure it out. I have to plan a bunch of things, but yeah. Also, what wait, how many days is Lunar New Year, guys? How many days is Lunar New Year? 15 days, okay. Does anyone have any other suggestions on what we can do for Lunar New Year this year as well? You know, I do want to make... Let's see. Anything else we can make or do? I thought you said something about decorating, making chocolates or something for White Day, but honestly, I could be remembering. I guess we can do, yeah, we can do some chocolate stuff for White Day. That's fine. That makes sense. Alright. Yeah, then maybe for Valentine's Day, I'll just think of some other plans to do. Not 100% sure what we'll do, but I will figure it out. Alright. A lot of things to plan. Alright. Anyway, you know what? Let's jump into the game as well, since it is kind of like a Zatsu-ish game. So that we can talk and I can play the game at the same time. Alright, 1 second. Let me launch the game. Oh, hopefully it's not. Alright. Okay, fancy music. Let me know if the game is too loud or soft as well. Alright, there we go. It sounds good. Alright, play. Where were we up to? 33. The BGM that makes us want to dance. Wait, does anyone know how many puzzles are in this game, guys? I also bought this game and beat it while you're waiting for your stream. I see. That must be, you must have done it pretty fast. Alright. Stayed up so late I ended up catching you. Got this though. Have fun, no problem, Clover. Thank you for popping by either way. Oh, this one's kind of cute. 80. Okay. Wait, we're on 33. I wonder if I can beat it today. I'm not sure if I can beat it today. Just put... We will see. Wait. No. You're pretty good at this, then maybe. Maybe. Perhaps. Who knows? We will see. We will see. You can borrow our brain cells for this, I guess. That's alright. I think I'll be okay. It's Mo. Alright. Guys, what is your favorite dog breed? What's a dog like? If you guys could get any dog you wanted, what dog would you get? What's something? No, wait. That's not right. No? Okay, we okay. It looks like my OBS disconnected for a second, but I'm not sure. Shiba or Samoyed. Borzoi, the long snoots. Rhodesian Ridgeback. I've never heard of that. Why does that sound like a dragon? I don't know why, but that just sounds like a some kind of dragon. That's a kind of cool name. I like that name. These mountain dogs, German Shepherd, big dogs. But I love wiener dogs too. Samoyed, Golden Retriever, Husky, Pitbull, Pomeranian, Great Dane, Shiba Inu, Chow, Pom. Small dogs, Pomeranian, Japanese Spitz, Border Collie. Man, it's crazy to think how many dog breeds there are. It's kind of like Pokemon. I feel like when you think of, well, at least when I think of them, it's like there's so many different types of dogs, but then at the same time, like, everyone loves, there's someone who loves each specific kind of dog as well. You know, there's obviously the more popular ones, but there's always gonna be like some random obscure breed that someone's just like obsessed with as well, which is always really cool. No, wrong side. You. Alright. You like Shiba Inus, right? I do. I mean, that's the dog I want to get, but I like all dogs. There's so many dogs. Like, I don't know, for me, I find majority of dogs just super adorable. Like, I love corgis and iggies and Pomeranians are cute. I don't know, every single dog is cute, I think. And then they'll only start to look like their dogs and buy merch of just that breed. That's pretty much me with Shiba Inus. I don't even own a Shiba Inu, but I still got a bunch of Shiba Inu merch. So, yeah. What would fit? Yeah. Do we have? No, we don't have. Oh wait. Maybe we do. Alright. I love most of them, but it's hard to put some above others. I mean, I don't think there's any dog breed that's better than any others. It's just, you know, it's all just, you know, whatever one you like most, I guess. Good morning to you, Luna. Hope you're doing well. Have you slept well? Put this here, yeah. These normally go on the side. The big ones normally go on the side, I think. Chow Poms are cute. It's usually either Forever Teen Chow Chow or Big Pomeranian. I've never seen a Chow Pom. Let me search this up. Chow Pom. I know there was like there was these images a long time ago that used to like for Pomskis. If you guys, it was like a Pomeranian Husky kind of thing. It's like just a miniature husky pretty much. It was super adorable. I remember seeing pictures of, oh wait, Chow Poms are so cute. Aww. Aww. I love Pomeranians as well. Alright. One of my goals in life, from when I was little, was to get a big Samoyed and name it Tofu. You know what? I would most likely name, if I ever got a Samoyed, I'd most likely name it something similar. Tofu is a great name for a Samoyed, especially how like big and fluffy and white they are. That totally makes sense. I understand that naming. What fits here? Okay. Nope. I actually got a new puppy 2 weeks ago and she's so tiny, she's the size of my hand. Aw, that's so cute. You have to treasure those moments because I feel like they grow up so fast. I remember when my friend got a dog and yeah, they just, you see them as a puppy and it's like they're so tiny, but then they just get so like big after like even a few months. They grow so fast. I wanted Damascus. I don't even know half of these dog breeds. I feel like I know a lot of dog breeds, but I don't know half of them that you guys are naming. Ooh, wait. Oh. Damascus just look like a wolf. That is a cool dog. I guess they're kind of like a wolf dog, but it just looks like a wolf. That's really cool. Chihuahuas get on my nerves. They're such menaces. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I've seen Chihuahuas that like bark all the time and have an attitude and stuff, but I've also had friends who had Chihuahuas that were like super well behaved and like super adorable. So I don't know. Honestly, I feel like, you know, a lot of times people will say like, you know, obviously some breeds might be a bit naughtier than others, or like, you know, prone to like misbehaving, but if you train them well, I feel like most dogs can still be like really nice to deal with. I feel like it's a lot of times a lot of owners kind of just let dogs get away with things while they don't train it properly, and then that's why you see them kind of being a little crazy. Good morning, happy I'm able to catch the stream for once in Yuffie 1 month. Also, have you ever heard of a Valley Bulldog? And Alika, thank you so much for the 1 month of love and friendship. Welcome back, first of all. But a Valley Bulldog. Okay, I mean, obviously I've heard of bulldogs, but a Valley Bulldog. The Valley Bulldog also coming in as the a boxer. Yes, I have seen those dogs. Look at their smiles. I feel like man, I don't know why, but just every single dog is actually just so cute. It's crazy. I met a teacup chihuahua as a puppy and he was so tiny, he was so cute. It changed my opinion. Aw, a teacup chihuahua? Man, they're already small as it is. That must have been like small. Wait, this seems... Where would I put you? He definitely goes in the middle somewhere. I just don't know where. There's no place for him on the sides to nicely fit into. Maybe upside down here. Wait, no. Do I have... Oh wait, I still got this guy. Alright. I love dogs ever since Paw Patrol. I never watched Paw Patrol. But you know, I've just always wanted a dog. I can ask you, and then Zendra's, if you have a dog at home, regardless of size, do you let the dog walk on the ground or put it in a stroller? I don't think I'll put a dog in the stroller. I've seen a lot of people do that, and that's fine, but you know, I feel like a lot of dogs like walkies and everything, right? That's they always get so excited walking, so I'll let them walk. Unless it's too hot, obviously, like if it's summer and you don't want them to you know, hurt their feet or anything, you know, you can walk them at before, you know, in early morning or late at night, but I don't think I'll put them in a stroller. We have 2 pumps and 1 lab shih tzu. I sometimes feel bad for the pumps when the lab shih tzu jumps them because of how big it is. Yeah, it's always when you see two dogs playing and one's like small and one's really big, it always gets like yeah, you're always like, oh, watch out. But a lot of times as well, the bigger dogs tend to be more gentle as well. Not always, but sometimes from what I've seen. When our dog got too old to walk on her own, she was a huge one. We put her around on the wagon. That's so cute. Aw. At least, yeah. She could go on the trips still. I guess, yeah. What is shaped? Underdogs have my heart, especially when I visit animal shelters. Yeah. All the dogs that you can see, they just want to chill. And, yeah. I feel like they typically have a good sense that they're bigger. It's actually funny for me because my big dog is scared of Chihuahua. It is cute when big dogs are scared of, like, they're just little scaredy cats, but they're when they're so massive as well. But I guess that's also something that just makes them more adorable. Wait, no. Here we go. My corgis all bark in their bite, but she gets scared of cats. Yeah, Kiri, unfortunately Kiri doesn't like, Kiri doesn't get along too well with other cats as well. I wish, I feel like she's very independent. I wish she got along better with other animals. She's kind of normally fine with humans, but when it comes to like other animals, she's not the best. Cats do their own thing, yeah. Looks like you're all having a positively great time. Yeah, I feel like puzzles I haven't gotten stuck on a puzzle yet, so we're kind of just making our way through and seeing how it goes. And hello Easy, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Where would you go? Wait. Alright. Wait, okay. Easy. I feel like one thing is I'm still, I mean, I don't know in the future as well, but like I'm still trying to debate if I want one or two dogs. I was thinking like, do I want one dog? Do I want two dogs? But I guess technically, I don't know when I'm gonna get a dog. I think that's the thing. Because I don't think I'm gonna get a dog anytime soon, since I do intend to, like, you know, move around a little bit before I, you know, aim to, like, buy a house or anything. So, yeah. But I feel like I just get worried that like, what if the dog gets lonely? For now, I feel like if I was to get a dog anytime soon, like at least hopefully if Kiri gets along with the dog, then you know, they won't be too lonely. But yeah, I guess that also depends. And Easy, thank you so much for the 10 gifted fishies. Mwah. I really appreciate it. If you got a gifted fishy, please remember to thank them. But Easy, thank you for being so generous. I appreciate it. It all helps out a lot. Adding that to my move to Japan funds. But yeah, I feel like, especially because I don't know, like, because I do want to move to Japan as well. I don't know when I'll get a dog. I feel like it's gonna be much further on. I don't know if it's gonna be after the 10 doji or like closer to 10 doji, but definitely if I want a dog, like I feel like I have to have set it down a little bit more, like bought a place or something and know that you know, I don't want to keep moving around when I have a dog. It's easier with a cat, but definitely for a dog, I do want to be a bit more stable before I can get one. My oldest dog has separation anxiety and always cries when we leave the house. We got our youngest, we hope that he will help the oldest not feel so lonely. Now they both cry together. But you know what? At the end of the day, at least they both cry together, right? I mean, you know, it's still sad, but like, I'd rather like get 2 dogs crying together rather than just one by itself, if you know what I mean. Do I have to know? This one looks like a seal. Have you ever done the thing like where you're playing with a dog, right? And then you like, you brush back their ears or you cover their ears and sometimes they look like seals. Have you guys done that? I always do that to my friends' dogs. And Willow, thank you so much for the 5 gifted fishies as well. Mwah. If you got a gifted fishy, please remember to thank them. But thank you for keeping our modes alive and thank you for being so kind. I appreciate it. But yeah, more move to Japan funds. I was actually having a little talk in my weekly meeting to Mane-sans about like how much does it cost to move to Japan? And like just, you know, cost in general in terms of like you know, for an apartment, if you want an apartment and everything, how much is it gonna be? And yeah, I felt like it's kind of, to me, it's kind of like cheap but expensive. I feel like the initial move-in fee is kind of expensive, but then after that, I feel like just ongoing fees and everything is a lot more affordable than the Down Underworld. So yeah, I think it's just like big upfront costs. Then afterwards, you kind of chill. Especially with my 2 small dogs, they become so aerodynamic. My cats just cry whenever they feel like it. I don't know, Kiri never cries. I feel like Kiri's so chill. She's always kind of happy to see me, but like, if I'm not around, she'll just do her own thing, or like, you know, she would just decide to go find a nice place to sleep or something. Alright, how are we gonna do this one? That's a lot of space. Wait, where am I getting? Not quite. Huh. What if I move you here? There we go. Like father, like daughter. One cat has anxiety and the other has separation anxiety. Oh no. Yeah, man. I feel like separation anxiety can be, especially in pets, can be like very hard to like deal with as well. I know some of my friends have like dogs or pets that have a strong separation anxiety. Like they begin like the moment they leave the house or anything, they begin crying, which is hard, but like, oh wait. But yeah, I guess that's why a lot of times people get like multiple pets as well to hopefully comfort them. I swear my cat doesn't even realize I've left for a few weeks when I travel. I feel like Kiri sometimes is like that. I mean, she's normally a little bit more clingy when I get back, but like, you know, she's never, you know, I feel like, you know, from friends or family sending me photos of her, like when I go on, like when I have to go Baruda and stuff, she's never like, she doesn't look too sad. If I'm gone or anything, she still seems fine as long as she's getting fed, you know, she's just living her life however she wants. But, you know, even though she does get a bit more clingy when I come back, at least she doesn't get like, she doesn't seem sad if I've disappeared, so that's good. Some dogs are so enthusiastic that they can be a bit scary for me. My neighbor has an American bully and he always tries to jump on me and hug me when it sees me. Yeah, some dogs definitely don't know their own strength. They just want to lick people's faces or just like get hugs and stuff. They're much better now though. They're in a safer environment, which has definitely helped them. That's good. I remember getting yelled at by our cat whenever I get home from that's kind of cute when I think of that image. Cause like, why did you leave me for so long? How could you? I'm meant to be the most important thing in your life. What happened? You do with love. I thought it was no problem. When we took her to the salon, she didn't even look back at us to say bye before going her pampering spot. Yeah, I feel like because like I know some people are dog trainers and stuff, and I feel like the thing with like separation anxiety and stuff is there are like definitely ways that you can train, like help dogs deal with that and help train them so that they are like are kind of okay being by themselves, but like I feel like it's like almost heartbreaking. You have to go through like, you know, the training when like, you know, when you're training them to do so, it's also like, oh man, you just hear them be sad and like you have to stay strong otherwise. Yeah, it doesn't work. I haven't even got to the door and he's already there when I opened it and getting yelled at. Yeah, that's sometimes like, I mean, that's kind of Kiri, but only when it's her feeding time. Not really forever, like, otherwise she'll just be, she always picks random places to sleep. Sometimes she'll be just sleeping on the floor in my room, sometimes she'll be on the bed, sometimes she'll be on the couch outside, she'll be in the dining table. Recently though, Kiri's nap spot or sleeping spot has just been one of the chairs in the one of the dining chairs with like, because they're all cushioned, so she's just been sleeping there a lot lately. And then it's all good until it's bath time, vet checkup, grooming time. Thankfully, Kiri's really good with grooming. Not the best with bath time, but she kind of just lets it happen. Like, I can tell she doesn't really like water. Like if I have to give, you don't really have to give cat showers often or anything, thankfully, but when I do have to, you know, I can tell she doesn't like it, but you know, if I just hold her there, she's not really gonna fight me for it. She'll just look at me. She'll just give me those eyes and she'll be like, why father, why have you done this to me? But it's not like, you know how some cats just like go zoomies and try to get out of the water, like, you know, she'll just be there and like give me small meows until I'm done. And vet checkup, she's normally pretty good at the vets actually. Yeah, most vets say that Kiri's quite easy to handle, thankfully. My dog doesn't react at all when I come home, but when my mom comes home, he wags his tail and runs around in circles like crazy. Yeah, it's kind of weird when pets pick favorites, you know. I don't know. It's hard to know who the pet is gonna pick as their favorite as well. A lot of times it's not even what you do for them. They'll just like a certain person for no reason. Like even if one person like does all the feeding and cleaning up and everything, sometimes like that person's not gonna be the favorite person. Sometimes the pet will just be like, yes, I see you doing that, but I'm going to go spend time with someone else. Curious that will behave when bathing, while mine loves to climb on me during his bath. Yep, I brought my 16-year-old cat home to pet sit, and he had the audacity to pick my housemate to warm up to. Thankfully, for the most part, at least for everyone that Kiri has met, I'm Kiri's favorite person, so you know, I don't have to really worry about that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like for a lot of the times, for the most part, for the most part, I feel like a lot of, for some reason, I tend to be like, or at least for, yeah, I normally have good experiences with animals. I feel like they tend to, wait. I feel like they tend to like me quite a lot. Or like they kind of chill around me. Hmm. Wait. Curie likes us more there. Not sure about that. And Curie's okay with you guys, but you know. I don't think you've you know, you still have to, you haven't unlocked her full potential. Like, she lets you use her, but like, you know, it's not the same, okay? They sense your zen. I did read somewhere that well, I'm not sure about dogs, but for cats as well, they kind of, cats kind of like people who match their energy. So like, you know, if it's obviously a more chill cat, they prefer people who don't just run up and pick them up and give them lots of scritches without their consent and all of that. So yeah, I don't know if that has anything to do with Alright, there we go. Oh, look, you found a new dog, Goldie. Oh. Can we pet her? We can't pet her, that's all I need. Petting Kiri? I mean, you can technically. When she turns into a sword for you guys. Nah, what fits in here? It's kind of similar to dogs too, most of the times they get scared with sudden gestures, yeah. Although I guess some dogs that are like hyper as well, you know, they get along with, they sometimes like people are very high as well. Does this fit? It does. Kind of cute looking at the expression some of these dogs make when you click them. Like this one sticks out his tongue. This one's just happy. It's kind of similar to dogs too. Yeah. I love it when cats and dogs change their temperament around small children. They know to be gentle and more caring, others just run and hide. I've seen videos of when like cats and stuff interact with babies and they move so slow and they're so gentle. Same as dogs, It's kind of cool. I don't know, like, whether they just innately know that that's like a baby, and so they have to be careful or what. But yeah, that is super cute to see. Like, when they act that way. Oh. I have a dog and a cat. Neither of them are fazed by anything anyone does. Very chill. That's good. I mean, I felt like Kiri. I mean, I never, like, you know, try to scare her or anything, but if there's any fast movements or stuff, then I think Kiri gets a little, she will get a little spooked as well. I love watching babies and dogs sleeping while cuddling. They're so adorable. Yeah, they are. Looks like you reach 80 in the... Oh, we're 63. Wait, when did we start? Oh, we started on 33. 34? We've done 30 of them. Oh. Alright, maybe I'll... Let's slow down. I'll just put stuff in random places instead. And see if I can piece it together. My dog likes to run outside with me to watch fireworks. Ooh, I haven't heard of dogs that like fireworks, but I guess every dog's different, maybe. My dog got hospitalized once. When I went to pick it up, she looked at each of our faces in turn and tried to get back into the hospital room like, I really... Well, I guess maybe the vets treated her really nicely, so she had a good time. And Mr. Johan, thank you so much for the lemon hearts. I appreciate it. Everyone stretch, but I hope you're doing well, Mr. Johan. Good to see you. I feel like I can't help. Whenever I stretch nowadays, I have to yawn. I actually, during my weekly meeting, I was like, when I was joining the call, I was like doing a big stretch and then I yawned as the first thing when joining my weekly meeting. And then Stuffy Money was like, oh, I see how it is, and just disconnects from the call. And then it comes back like 5 seconds later. I was like, I was just stretching. But yeah. I don't know, it feels good to have a big stretching yawn anyway. You know, when you do like the really big stretches, then you feel like you it's good to yawn, or you can't help but yawn when you do that. My corgi doesn't like baths, but she doesn't find them. She just looks at us all sad and wet. That's like Kiri. Exactly the same as Kiri. Alright. This shape goes here. Guess they can only fit here. Alright. Ooh. My neck just did lots of cracks just then. What happened to going slow? I mean, I feel like, you know, if you're, I was gonna, normally, you know, you see these kind of things, you put it here. I feel like there's a little, like, pattern you can see, like, this one would fit here quite well. Like, this is normally a corner piece or something there. And then this guy is not gonna go on this side because there's no single piece, if you know what I mean. Like, if he wanted to go here, you have to have a single, but there's none. So he's gonna be somewhere in the middle, so I'll leave him for last. Or until I find a place to put him. But, you know. I feel like I could just, like, do random stuff and get stuck, but, like, you know. And then I'm just gonna be like, oh, I don't have the right piece. And then read. I feel like you can kind of just tell for this game where a lot of pieces should go. It doesn't always work, and sometimes I have to reset it, but like, say now, right? We have this here, then you can put this right there, and that fits. And I assume that everything is just gonna like fall into place after this. Like that. Like, I don't have to think about where all these guys fit, but if I find the bigger pieces, normally the little pieces would just fit around as well. So I'm only just like trying to think of where the big ones. So look at this one. I feel like my big brains is only just like for visual puzzles like this. This is kind of where, I don't know why, but like, I feel like it's kind of just my artist brain being able to like rotate things or imagine the placement of things in my head. But only like when it comes to this kind of stuff, you know. Let's say like, this guy, I'm betting is going here. This guy looks like his butt will fit in here. This guy, I'm not even counting the squares, but it looks like he'll fit in here. Then I don't know the rest, but normally the rest kind of just fit into a place. So like if I put this guy here, normally you can't, you know, there's only a limited amount of things that like would go. Yeah. So I just put in the rest in place. That's kind of what I'm doing to do all these puzzles. Where literally, I'm just trying to figure out the placement of the big guys, and then all the small ones just kind of fit into place. Alright. I guess these ones are a little harder there, where it doesn't have anything. The equivalent of draw 2 circles, then draw the rest of the owl. I mean, this guy could go here, he could go here, he can't go in this corner. Oh, he can, he fits kind of well in this corner. You know what, I feel like, that's a good placement for him. His tail just fits kind of satisfyingly there. So I will find another big boy. Once again, we don't have a single for this guy, so he's gonna be facing here or upside down, which means he can only be here. Because here I still need a single, so he can't be there. He can't be here. Well, technically he could be there, but doesn't look likely. There's no narrow pieces. So I assume he's just like upside down somewhere. Here. Oh, looking at the pieces. The more square, maybe here. See? It's like in my brain, I'm not trying to figure out these things, guys. Like, I don't have a superpower when I see, like, it's not like I see these small ones fit exactly into place there. I just know they're gonna fit if the big one's in the right place. Hey, 69, yes. Alright. This one's a bit harder because they're like medium dogs instead of the big dogs. I can try and just fit stuff into the sign. Nah. Maybe. Alright. Alright. Well, yeah. I feel like these ones are easier. The ones that like have a specific pattern to them, like where only a few things can fit, I feel like it makes it a little easier. We just slowly build up. No, wait, I have to figure out. Where do you put him? Yeah. Oh, that fits. Can't really imagine them as Tetris faces so I can understand. It's kind of like that. You kind of imagine them as weird Tetris pieces and then they all fit together. Alright, where would you go? Do I have? I do not have a... So you're not here. Could possibly go here. You know what? Alright. Why is this so cute and why have I never seen this before? There's a bunch of games like this actually. This is called Dogs Organized Neatly, but there's a game called Cats Organized Neatly and Birds Organized Neatly. And it's the same concept. You're just organizing them. It's like a puzzle game, but depending on what animal you like or if you just want more challenges, then listen to different things. There's a whole series of them, and I'm pretty sure it's quite a cheap game as well. It doesn't cost a lot on Steam. I think it's only like, I can't remember, but I swear it was only like $5 or something. But it's kind of real. Okay, I should put a disclaimer. I think it's kind of relaxing. Alright. But a lot of times I feel like what I think is kind of relaxing, not everyone thinks is relaxing. Some people might get like, if you can't figure it out, maybe it's kind of frustrating. But like, you know, a lot of rage games and stuff that I play, I kind of like, it's relaxing to me. But I don't know, like, you know. I don't know how relaxing it's gonna be for you guys. Yeah. All I can say is I find it relaxing. Yeah. Alright. Put you here. Do I have you? You can't fit in there. Can you fit in here? How do you rotate? No. Technically. And you know what the best thing about this game is? I feel like the thing about this game is there's not just one answer to it. I feel like I could solve this again. Okay, let me... Beside maybe the positioning of some things, let me try to solve it a different way. I'll put this one here instead. But I'm pretty sure there's multiple ways to actually solve this game, or each puzzle as well. This guy here. Yeah, see, that's a completely different setup. So I feel like, you know, as long as you get the big things or like, you know, most things in place, it's not like you're only looking for the one solution only. I feel like there's a few different ways to put them as well. Because it is just a puzzle that fits together, so, you know. Obviously, the bigger ones like this, because it's just whatever, there's definitely more ways, but yeah. That's why I'm not too concerned where I put in things yet until like they fit in, because it should work. At least in my mind, it should work. Hoping he finally molds in a Greek game on Saturday. I don't know. Now I'm really curious about the Greek game, because I don't know too much about it, but everyone's... I didn't even think it was like a rage game. I thought it was just some like funny kind of game. That's not quite it. No. I can say all the FSP guys I've seen that played the game definitely did mold. I mean, all of the FSP guys always molded. Not gonna lie, at least 90% of the FSP guys always mold either way. You know, that's not a... I feel like, you know... Yeah, they all mold about something, I know. Like, even in like the most basic games where you think, how do you even mold in that game? You hear them screaming, so I'm not surprised. But we will see. We will see how it goes. I kind of excited to play Dave the Diver tomorrow. Not gonna lie, I just got a achievement that I spun dogs 1,000 times, but especially because I have been watching a lot of those like adventure and cooking catch videos and everything while I work on art and everything. Yeah. I'm just like, ooh. I feel like a lot of the videos I watch on YouTube and stuff is like a bunch of people like going spearfishing and all of that, like diving and all of that. And like I want to try that. It's like kind of what it's what Dave does. But I'm kind of impressed that a lot of times when I'm watching those videos for like the dive in and everything, because they only use snorkels, they don't use like the scuba diving like oxygen tanks or anything. I don't know if it's just like cut in for like the camera and everything, but it seems like they hold their breath for quite a while. For like quite a long time. Wait, I can't go there. Maybe somewhere it's more open. Alright. I know that you can do that. I wonder how long. I haven't, still haven't timed how long I can hold my breath for. But, I feel like, you know, holding your breath underwater is one thing, but like holding your breath while like going diving and, you know, looking around, because, you know, it obviously the more you move, the more oxygen you use or burn through faster. So like, I feel like, you know, moving around underwater while you hold your breath, would use a lot of, I think it would use a lot of oxygen and everything. My lungs are too weak to hold my breath. I should try it sometime. I want to go snorkeling and stuff, but I feel like you have to... There's only certain places that are good for that. Wait, I should slow down. I'm on 77. I don't even know how to swim. Oh. Yeah, well, I feel like learning to swim is definitely, I guess it's hard because not everyone has access to, like, swimming lessons and stuff, but, I don't know. I guess YouTube kind of counts. I'm sure they'll teach you how to swim on YouTube, but you got to practice it in a safe environment too. It's kind of hard, but like, it's definitely a skill you need to have. Yeah, I feel like it's such an important thing. At least being able to like float underwater or float on your back is like, yeah. I think just being able to float in the water on your back is mostly, at least as long as you can do that and you can wait for help to come, then you're kind of fine. Just learn to float and you're good to go, yeah. Literally, all you need to do for floating is you take a big breath of air and then you just relax and you float to the top, and then you just try to take like small breaths and you kind of be okay. You should just float on the surface. I still don't know how to float. I'll try it, but I cannot relax. Yeah, I think that's the whole thing. Like, with being able to just float on your back in the water, all you have to do is relax, but especially if you don't know how to do it at first, it's very scary to just relax because you think you're just gonna drop into the water. I remember when I was a little onion trying to learn how to swim for the first time and trying to learn how to do like backstroke and stuff. That was like scary. Where you just have to put your trust in you're just gonna float on your back, you know. Yeah, I can't. If you see a person flapping their arms like crazy like a duck, that's me. love floating, except my eyes suffer if the sun's up and bright. I don't remember how I learned to swim anymore. Well, it doesn't matter how you learn to, as long as you know how to swim. I know how to float, but I can't swim if I have to put my face in the water. Or if you do a breaststroke, then a lot of times your head doesn't have to enter the water, and it doesn't take up too much energy as well. But I'm kind of glad in the down underworld. For the most part, you know, when you're a kid, they kind of force everyone to take swimming lessons. So, you know, for the most part, I feel like a lot of people are quite decent swimmers. Like I feel like I'm quite a strong swimmer. Like I'm not scared of if I get, you know, if I fall off a boat. Hopefully I won't. But if I fall off a boat in the middle of the ocean, I'm pretty sure I can swim back to the boat, and I won't have to worry about it. What swim style are you most comfy with? I mean, freestyle, I guess some people call it front crawl, but freestyle is, if I want to go fast, freestyle is the fastest one. But if I just want to, like, swim around the whole day, then breaststroke is definitely the most energy conserved one, where you don't really use any energy and you can just keep swimming. When I taught swimming, a lot of my students were mostly scared about the feeling of water on their face. When floating on your back, water will touch your face, get used to it and you'll be fine. Yeah. I don't know, I enjoy the feeling of swimming, just being able to, like, it's kind of like the closest we'll get to flying without being, you know, without flying. As in, you know, you get to glide through the water, and you can go different levels. It's kind of like flying, in a way. I love swimming, yeah. Same thing, like, obviously I don't try to swim for, like, not for like a race or anything, but just to have fun. And just like, you know, be able to explore and swim. That's really fun. I guess partially I can't swim is because I have a sickness that refrains me from swimming, but that's also why I'm afraid of swimming pools sometimes. I mean, that's understandable then. If you have a sickness as well, then obviously that's gonna make it a lot harder for you. But hopefully, I'm not sure if you can still learn how to float, or at least let your friends know that you can't swim. I feel like it's kind of important if you can't swim to let your friends who can swim know that you can't swim, especially if you go near water. You know, just in case. Sometimes if you fall in the water, some people are like, oh, that'll be fine, they'll just swim out. But if you don't know how to swim, you know, like if I knew my friend didn't know how to swim and they fell into the water, I would just jump into the water after them. But if I did think they could swim, I wouldn't necessarily just jump into the water after them, if you know what I mean. Swimming is so calming for you, especially in the ocean. I guess it depends what kind of, where in the ocean as well. In a way, I feel like ocean, it can be really relaxing, or it can be kind of scary as well. You never know what's in the ocean, but you know, most of the time, 99% of the time, you should be fine. It's crazy when I see like those videos of people like swimming with sharks and everything. I'm like, I still haven't figured that out. Like, how do you know if it's okay to swim with a shark, or it's not okay? Because like in my mind, like, you know, I'm just like, aren't they just gonna eat you? I guess you have to somehow be able to tell when a shark is like hungry or not, but I have no idea. And hello Aika, thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing good today. I prefer swimming in a pool rather than ocean. I hate the feeling of my feet when the floor isn't smooth sand. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think for me it just depends where I would swim. I don't think I'd want to just swim in the middle of the ocean. Beaches are fine, maybe somewhere that has like a coral reef or something as well is fine to swim in, but just like randomly in the middle of the ocean, maybe not. Being taught as an Aussie doesn't mean you're good though. I was held back twice. I think I can get to level 5. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I guess I've always been pretty physically adept. I don't know. Like, I normally, like, when I try most sports out and everything, I'm normally quite decent at them. Or like, you know, when I get to the gym or do anything. Thankfully, I don't know, I've been able to pick up things quite fast. I've never had problems with like learning quite a lot of like physical activities. Sharks are actually not that dangerous. Most shark attacks are accidental on the shark's part. Yeah. I just yeah, I feel like especially seeing a lot of like videos of divers around sharks, I feel like most of them don't really want to attack you, but you know, as long as you know the signs. But I don't know the signs, so if I ever did that, I would have to do a lot of research beforehand. I heard you gotta wear very bright, strong colors so sharks think that you're a toxic fish and don't mistake you for dolphins and other fish. I guess that kind of makes sense. But then at the same, yeah, who knows? Maybe. I guess it depends if you want to blend in to like look at fishes or kind of like scare sharks away as well. Because if you blend in, I guess, you know, especially for the spear fishing that I've seen, you know, I've been watching the videos and everything. They try to wear like camouflage kind of colors so that they can sneak up on fish and obviously catch them. But I guess that is a bit more dangerous. So I don't know. Who knows? You know, I want to learn how to scuba dive with the whole oxygen tank and everything as well. I had it's fun, yeah. I saw, you know, there's what are those signs called again? I haven't used one in like 1,000 years, but what are those sites like where they give like discounts for like those kind of adventure activities and stuff? What are they called? I forgot. Stuff like you know, there's websites where they're like, oh, you can get this ticket for like 40% off or whatever. I forgot, like what's that site in my head? I'm thinking of one. Groupon, yeah, that's right. That's the one I was thinking of, like Groupon and stuff. And I remember before, like years ago, check-in, and there was like, learn how to scuba dive course for like 75% off or something. I forgot what discount it was, but it was like a big discount and all of that. So like, maybe I can get one of those and try to do that. As like, you know, on one of my days off. I can just I can, you know, learn how to do random activities and report back to you guys. Oh, and the last one. haven't gone diving or anything, but I enjoy swimming normally in the ocean, though I almost drowned once. Yeah, it can be scary. I think I've... Yeah, it is kind of scary when like you almost drown in places like I think when I was a kid, when I was a young Oni, I almost drowned in a swimming... Not real, I don't know. I was like, I wasn't super young, but I was in a swimming pool, but it was like one of those big ones where like there's a deep end that's like... I think the deep end was like 3 meters because it like had a diving board and everything. But it was pretty deep. I wasn't super young or anything, but like me and my friends, you know, the ones where like, you know, you can do the kind of higher diving, where you can get up to like 3 meters, 5 meters or whatever kind of diving above it, but it was also attached to like a swimming pool kind of thing. Yeah, me and my friends were like, you know, sinking to the bottom of it, then we kind of like jump back up, then like we sink to the bottom of it, then jump back up. Kind of thing where like we're just getting comfortable in the water and being like, okay, going down to like the going down to the floor, and then, you know, just, it's not like a huge jump, you just do a gentle jump up and like kick your feet and then you slowly go up. But normally to go down, you let out a little bit of oxygen so that like you start descending down instead of floating to the top as well. Yeah, so like we were doing that, and I remember I was trying to get to the floor, like I was trying to touch the floor really fast, so I let out a bit too much oxygen. Like you blow bubbles and stuff and you start sinking, right? And I let out too much oxygen too fast, but like it's not like I let out all of my oxygen, I could still hold my breath, but you know, I was the first to the floor, like my feet hit the floor, and then I jumped, like you do the little propel yourself off the ground, right? And normally then you kind of like start going up, but I jumped and then I started going back down again. And I was like, oh no, I used too much oxygen, I am not floating up. And so I was like, oh, and I had to like, that was like the longest, I don't know how long it took, like 10, it was mostly only like 10 seconds, but it felt like 30 seconds or 1 minute of like, you know, trying to swim towards the surface, where I was going so slow, I was moving so slow trying to swim towards the surface. I was like, oh man, this is bad, this is really bad. Because, yeah, when you like, if you've breathed out a lot of air, you just don't fill it up very fast. And yeah, I was like, oh no, keep calm. But yeah, the longest 10 seconds of my life, I felt like, honestly, it literally felt like 30 seconds or 1 minute of just like, trying to climb up, like trying to swim up, but like, I could tell every time I wasn't kicking, I was kind of like sinking a little bit. So yeah. But then at the same time, I feel like technically, even if I didn't make it up, I could not get up. I feel like it's not like I was the only person in the pool. Like if I really had to, you know, I'm sure someone would have dived in there, like, or I could have like seen someone swimming around and hopefully got their attention, I think. But I think that was like the scariest almost drowning experience I've had. And just like, yeah, well, honestly, I was like, I don't know if I can reach the surface, but I gotta reach the surface, otherwise I'm in a lot of trouble. Yeah. For some reason, I found the near-death experiences to be funny memories later. Yeah, at the time it wasn't funny, but when you look back on it, you can, you know, you can laugh about it. Yeah. That, I think that was like, oh man, I gotta be careful. Yeah. Especially, I feel like now I could have like, one other thing I could have done was, because it's like 3 meters, but then it goes down to like, if you keep walking down or swimming down to the other end of the pool, it goes to like the 1.5 meters or however shallow it is, 1.2 meters, I forgot. But the normal swimming pool height, you know, if anything, since I was on the bottom, I could have just slowly walked towards the shallow area as well. But I was much younger and I was more panicky back then as well. So, you know, I feel like if I was in that situation now, I could most likely be a bit more okay, or, you know, you could use the wall. I feel like I could have also used the wall a little bit to help me climb up. Even though it's a smooth wall, I feel like you can, like, you know, it's like tiled kind of, but yeah. It's a do or die situation. Well, I didn't die. It's the first time I heard you using air to go down when diving there. Yeah, I mean, that's just what we're doing as, like, kids, right? Where, like, it's not like you're maybe letting out, like, 30% of your air slowly, and you just keep descending. It's not like you're trying to use all your, like, you hold your breath and let out all of your air. It's just, like, a little bit, and you, like, start sinking. At least you learned your lesson. Yeah. But yeah. You were I don't think I was a naughty kid. I mean, I wasn't the like most well behaved, but at the same time I wasn't like always getting into trouble or anything. I feel like I was just like, you know, any other kid out there. You know, having fun, but I wasn't like doing anything bad. I wasn't like egging houses or anything. You know, I just liked me and my friends definitely like being younger. We just like going on like adventures and like getting on our bikes and riding off into like parks or like wherever and just exploring kind of thing. It's a bit opposite from what we do though. I usually dive before and just use my hands to wave and lower myself. Then only release air when I'm going up. Yeah, I mean, just cause it's a swimming pool as well, it's just a faster way to go down. I wouldn't recommend that way of going down, but that was just like something we used to do as kids. It's normally better, I guess, to hold your breath and keep as much oxygen underwater as possible. But you just tend to float much, you know, you tend to float more if you have a lot of oxygen. I guess that's why you're not scared of a lot of things you experience a lot. True, but like, you know, I feel like sometimes when you get through those experiences, it also depends how you look at them. Some people can get like really scared from those, and those kind of experiences can like scar people, or some others can be like, you know, you take it as a learning lesson and you're okay with it as well. And so Jolie, when I was a kid, I got forced to rewrite school books every day on my notebook when I was 6. Man, that's a lot of writing. Fear just holds people back from doing fun things, but it also keeps people alive and stops them from doing dumb things as well. You know, it's a win and lose situation. There's some things that fear would definitely help you in. You know, when you're I feel like, you know, a healthy amount of fear is good. Obviously, too much fear isn't good as well. Yeah. And I guess it also just depends on how you react to fear as well. Like, you can feel fear, but as long as you're like, you don't panic, you're normally okay. At least I am. That's kind of what I do. I feel like in most situations, as long as I don't really panic, there's I can usually figure out a way, find a way to like be okay. And I guess that also counts for horror games as well. If you play a horror game, there's usually a way that you can be okay. I have yet to get over my fear of heights. Last time I went to the Eiffel Tower, let's just say things didn't end well. I mean, a fear of heights is I felt like there's a bunch of fears. I can't remember them when I was studying before. There's a few fears that like humans and I guess Oni and some others, but like you're kind of born with. I think a fear of heights, or a fear of falling, and a fear of loud sounds are like two innate things that everyone has when they're born that keep you safe. Where you're like, oh, I should not fall off this cliff if you see it. You know, obviously sometimes it can like grow and become like where you're really scared of heights and you can't do anything. But like, I think a fear of heights and a fear of loud sounds is like two of the things that everyone is kind of born with. I'm so opposite from you. I'm kind of scared to try new things. I think that also just depends on like experiences from the past where like, you know, if someone tries new things a lot, but it always ends up going badly for them, whether it's out of their, you know, control or not, like it just, maybe they just have a whole bunch of unfortunate coincidences or events that happen. And then a lot of times people would kind of shy away from new things more, but you know, when things tend to go good, when you try new things, then you want to try out more stuff as well. But yeah, whatever, you take it, you don't have to force yourself to do a lot of stuff, you know. At the same time, you know, there's a lot of things that are like, oh, that was cool to do once, but you know, it's not like your life would be any worse if you never experienced some things as well. So who knows? I've just lived a long time. I've just lived you know, over 9,000 years. I've experienced a whole bunch of things, and thankfully, majority of the new things I try go well. So to me, I find it fun to experience new things. And so yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to think when was I can never think of these things. But I was like, when was the last time I was scared of something? But I'm sure because in the past I did actually get scared of things. As weird as that sounds, but I don't know. At least for quite a while now. I haven't really been scared of anything. But what was the last thing I was scared of? I'm scared of completely irrational things, but then I see a snake and want to pet it. Look, snakes are cute. I totally understand why you'd want to pet a danger noodle, but you know, you have to be able to identify the snake before you want to pet it. Especially in the down underworld, many snakes out there, if they bite you, it's over for you. You're gone. Like, you know, yeah, you have to be very careful. But yeah, snakes are cute. I agree. There's so many snakes that like you look at them and like, oh, that's cute, but you have to be careful. Same as spiders. You know, not all spiders are bad. Some spiders are good. Some spiders are terrifying. You just have to be able to identify them. Snakes are so scary. I don't know how to describe the feeling, but I had a snake around my shoulders and neck. Yeah, I've gone to like, you know, I've done those things where in school and just like on family trips in the past where like, you know, I think it's normally pythons. You know, you kind of have one on your shoulders and you take a picture and everything. I've done that a bunch. Spider Doji in what category? Spider Doji's fine. His venom's a bit different. As a research paper by Setting Colored Cat pointed out, you'll be fine. Okay, that's not it's technically not a deadly toxin, so yeah, you're okay. Yeah, true blue Oni, you don't fear things, things fear you. That's what I said, I'm a big scary Oni, what can I say? There's still a little spider in my bathroom. We've been negotiating shared living space for a week or two. It's mostly been respectful. Look, the best thing about spiders is they catch mosquitoes and eat them, okay? How can you really be angry at that? I have a fear of shots like I can't handle the needle, and ironically enough, I have to take a shot soon. I mean, I don't think anyone likes taking like getting a shot or having like getting a needle, but at the same time, I'm kind of okay with them. I feel like because for me, I donate blood quite often. Not as much in recent years actually. I should donate more blood. But at least I used to donate blood quite a lot. I guess I'm just used to like needles and stuff. So yeah. You should not be afraid of spiders, but now I'm scared of even the smallest one. The only exception is Spider Doji. Well, I'm glad he's an exception. I have brown recluse in my house. Actually several of them. Wait, is that... I don't even know. Is that a bad one? Brown recluse. Which one is that? Ooh. The venom of this spider can cause severe skin necrosis. You gotta be careful. Oh, haven't really seen that spider. Yeah, at least. Okay, it's more in America. I guess it's more in America for this binder. Your veins must be easy to find. That's what every is it nurse? I think nurses and like I guess the people doing blood at the blood donation places are also nurses, right? I assume they are. Or medical practitioner, whatever they are. But that's what literally all of them always say. I like literally every time I have to have a like, you know, I donate blood or anything. Yeah. I always get that comment. Wait, how do you say that? Phlebotomist? Yeah, phlebotomist. I haven't heard of that term before, but yeah, they're always like, oh my god, your veins are so nice, they're so big, it's so easy to draw blood. Every single time. Yeah, I always get that comment. They're like, oh my god. Because especially like, I mean, the veins on my arms are quite like, you can see them quite well. But especially like where they draw the blood, you know, in your, what's your like, the opposite of your elbow, in your elbow bend? What would you call this? Between your forearm and your bicep. Where your arm bends. I don't even know what to call this place. Kind of your elbow, but the opposite of your elbow. Where they, you know, where they stick the needle in, I like have like, there's a very obvious vein there as well. Inner elbow. We'll just call it the inner elbow, yes. Cubital fossa. But every time, all of the nurses always like, they always say, I guess because, you know I've heard some of my friends who like, you know, when I get donate blood before I used to, like when I was younger as well, sometimes I get like with a group of friends who will all just donate blood as well, and I hear kind of not horror stories, but like some of them would like get stabbed in a way like 2 or 3 times before they can find the right vein to draw blood, and like, man, I feel like, you know, the nurse has to try a few times. I'm like, oh, that sucks. But thankfully I've never had to worry about that. That's nice. Wow. Us with thin and barely visible veins go through pains. Yeah, I can totally see that, because obviously if you can't see the vein, it's hard to just know where to like stick the needle. But yeah. Yeah, I had one bad experience not too long ago. That's what happened with my dad. They're not able to find a vein in his arm because he's so tan. Oh no. Oh yeah, I feel like even if I was tanned, like I can feel it, like I can feel the vein in my arm. Like it is obviously like sticking out a little bit. Even if I don't look at it, I can kind of see where he is. But yeah, thankfully, same thing like that. I guess like for me, once again, like donating blood, new experience, right? But it goes reasonably well. You know, they only have to use the needle once, and you know, most of the time, you know, you barely feel it. It's not like they're trying to poke around my arm 3 times before they can start, you know, drawing out blood or anything. So you know, I feel like that's why, once again, like, yeah, it's fine. It's all good. I'll keep donating blood. Nurse's tip here: if you had bad veins, then ask for a heat pack or warm towel beforehand. It'll help dilate your veins. Ooh, I see. hacks, guys, just in case you need blood tests or anything else. Now you know, so they don't stab you 100 times. Or they're like, especially sometimes if the nurse is really good, like even when you get the injections or like you know, they draw blood and stuff, sometimes you don't feel it at all. Like sometimes you obviously feel it, but sometimes when they like, obviously like I can look at the needle going, you know, poking into my skin, but you know, sometimes they do it so smoothly where you're like, wait, I didn't feel that one at all. It felt like nothing. But then sometimes you definitely feel it when they're stabbing you. You're like, oh, that one was a little painful. But yeah. I like to look, I think it's neat. Not gonna lie, I always do that as well. I know a lot of people like turn away and everything, but I like kind of looking at the needle getting stuck into me. I like, oh, okay. Fascinated. I also do. Whenever they're doing that, I'm just like, okay. If by the end I can't search in both arms, after several injections, they end up taking with your finger. Oh. I can't. I mean, it's understandable why people would look away, and I think nurses for the most part tell you to like look away anyway, so like you don't tense up and everything. But I'm quite good at not like tensing my muscles and everything when I like get in an injection or drawing blood or anything. Why look away from needles when I get vaccines? I mean, I think they tell you to look away, right? They kind of like so that you're, because you know, some people definitely will tense up if they get in, if they see the needles. So like, I think, you know, they want you as relaxed as possible as well. You're already 80. Yeah. I've literally finished it, but I'm just I'm keeping those two pieces there just because to pretend I'm still working on it. I still need to hold on to something and avoid eye contact if it was my ex when I get injections. Yeah, since some people can't handle looking at blood and others are afraid of needles. You know what surprised me? You know when you get blood tests, I'm not sure if like anyone gets blood tests like you're meant to get like, I forgot, how often are you meant to get blood tests, guys? Like just overall health checkup. Like you get your blood tests and everything done to make sure there's nothing wrong, and the doctor's like, yeah, you're fine, congratulations. Yearly. Every year is a must. Okay, well. I don't think I did it last year. I think the last time I did it was like 2 years ago. But the good thing is, when I did get my blood test, they're like, wow, you're really healthy. Nothing wrong. They're like, oh, yep, nothing wrong. You're literally really healthy. We don't have to recommend anything. Good work. I probably got in a blood test like once. I feel like it's always good to get a blood test, just in case, you know, like touch wood, but like in case there's anything wrong with you, like sometimes they can pick it up in the blood test and like address it earlier, rather than obviously if you don't go for a while then suddenly get like quite a few years later. It might be like harder to treat something that could have been picked up earlier. So I try to keep healthy and make sure I do take blood tests and everything. But it's kind of crazy, like, you know, they have the little, for the blood test, they have those little vial things where, like, they put it into your arm, same thing in your elbow pit or whatever, your inner elbow, and, you know, the blood fills into the vial. But, like, sometimes it's always fascinating to see how much blood just comes out at once, like, into the vial, like, how quickly it fills up. I'm just like, whoa. Like, there's so much blood coming out. Oh, I mean, come on. Like, there's like an armpit, right? There's elbow pit. There's like... That makes sense, right, guys? But like, when you take a blood test, like... Well, when you're doing the blood test stuff, it's crazy how much, yeah, it's crazy how much blood comes out at once. You just seen it quickly fill up a vial, then they're like, normally I think they take two vials, right? Or something, I can't remember. It's been like 2 years, but normally I think they take 1 or 2. And it's always just fascinating how much blood comes out. Last time I went, they took 5. Oh, I think normally they take 2 for me. And they're normally kind of small vials. And 5, yeah, 5 does seem like a lot, but I guess depending on what they're testing for as well. For a complete blood test, they take 2. Okay, that makes sense. That's why they take 2. To be fair, I have a lot of medical issues, so maybe that's why. Yeah, maybe they have to test for different things as well. For me, they take 3 to 6, it changes. Oh. Each vial's like 2 to 3 mils roughly. In my head, 2 to 3 mils seems a lot. In my head, 2 to 3 mils definitely seems a lot less than those vials. But I guess, who knows? Like, if you told me to measure 2 to 3 mils, I'll put like 3 drops on the count. Like, here's 1 mil. I don't even, like, you know, I can roughly guess a liter of water, but I guess I can't really guess how much like a mil is. A milliliter. But yeah, you know what? Maybe I should get a blood test soon. Gotta take it this year at least. Gotta have one this year. One time I had to take almost 20 mils from a patient. They told them not to stand for 30 minutes. Wait. Oh, where did I go? I tripped over. My bad. Guys, I fell from my chair again. I'll be right back. Let me just climb back up. Alright, there I am. Hi, it's me again. Wait, when you donate blood, how much blood do they take? How much blood goes into one blood bag thing? I don't know, does anyone know how many mils of blood they take for, like, when you donate blood? I feel like when they donate blood, it's quite a lot, right? At least I see a lot of blood coming out. What blood type are you? I am, I'm the blood type that would make ancestor proud. At least that's what I always joke about. But does anyone know how much, well, they didn't take your red blood cells and separate. Then they just take your red blood cells and separate. I don't know. They just have, like, when I donate blood, they just have the injection in, and then it goes and it's looped to something else, and then they'll come and tell me when it's done. I don't know what's happening with all of that, but that's all I do. I think a pint is a little under half a liter. Okay. Around 450 mils, I think, for males. Females slightly less. I can't remember. Okay. But yeah, for anyone wondering, my my blood type is he's probably blood O for Oni or A for Altus. I am A positive. Or as I like to say, it's A plus. I scored an A plus in my blood test, guys. That's why Ancestors proud of me. Yes, that's that's my blood type. Uh-huh. Blood donation is all components. Plasma is when it's separated, and red blood cells are returned back to you. Oh, I see. But for blood donation, they can extract the plasma after if they need just plasma, right? From the blood you donate, I assume. Maybe. It's kind of crazy science, health science, that they can just extract plasma and give back red blood cells. He's only proud of being an A+ in blood, but not for your studies. Hey, when I was studying Oni, I also used to I used to be quite good, okay? Look, I scored high, I just didn't enjoy it, okay? It's not like I did bad, okay? I did really well in all of my studies. I just didn't enjoy having to study, that's it. Even in maths, yes. I've already spoken about this. I scored really good in maths. I was like, I scored really high. But that's only because I had to, then I don't want to do maths ever again, you know? That's why he makes us do his maths now? Exactly. It's like, you know when you're forced to study? Let's say you just hate studying, but you do it because you're kind of forced to and you need to get good grades, but once you get done that, you're like, okay, I don't need to do that ever again. No thanks, I've studied enough. I don't need to do it. I'm a grown adult, no more for me. Yeah, that's me. Physics, calculus, and math, my goat. That's why we need Adzennies like you as well. Very important. So, yeah. Gotta get back to work again. I'll jump right into the VOD as soon as I'm done. Hope everyone have a great time. No problem, Migora. Thank you so much for popping by. Hope work goes well. Don't stress out too much, but thank you for joining us. What do you like more? Writing essays or solving math problems? Writing an essay, 100%. I don't mind writing stuff. Writing stuff is just writing stuff. That's not too bad. Math problems, that's a different thing, okay? And good morning, my. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good rest. Essays, why? I mean, you know, I prefer to do neither of them, but you know, writing an essay isn't. It just depends what I'm writing about as well, I guess. I'd rather do other kind of writing, like writing my history and the law and everything else. Anyway, I should finish this game. We've just been it's been a little while. There we go, we finished, guys. Yay! We finished the game. Alright, let's just get back to Zatsu's screen. By the way, Altus, I passed my entrance exam. Thanks for the motivation. Congratulations! And that was all you. You have to treat yourself for that. That's all you doing that. But good work. Congratulations. Did you have a favorite subject in school? Art. Because I never had to study for anything and I just get the top marks. Art was the bludgiest, easiest subject in yeah, I did visual arts in high school and yeah. It was just like the easiest no study kind of thing. Yeah. And once again, for visual arts, I think I scored like, I forgot what I got, but it was super high. It was like, my ranking was like top 10 for visual arts in the whole state. So, you know, that was easy. Even the essay writing part of art, as long as you're good at like, okay, no joke, but as long as you're good at bullshitting, and you know, you can use fancy words, you're like, you can score really high on the theory part, where you're just like, oh yes, as you can see with this painting, it looks like the painter wanted to evoke feelings of blah 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 and blah 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 by the use of this blah blah blah. Like, you don't need, as long as you know basic theory, you just make up a bunch of BS and they're like, oh, that's so deep, 100%. There we go. So, yeah. You just sound fancy and know what, like, pretend to know what you're talking about, and that's art for you guys. That is literally the theory part of art. I mean, half the time art is personal interpretation anyway. Exactly. The physical portion there, where you actually have to do art, that's subjective as well. I mean, that takes skill, but at the same time, you can just do a bunch of scribbles and say it's some like postmodernism kind of whatever. Random art piece, and they were like, oh, I see, yes, so creative, but like, I actually did proper I think one of the best things for me is when I did my like high school like final project for art, because you have to submit the final project where like, you know, some fancy art critics will come and like judge your work and everything, and all of that. I just I think because for me, I was doing digital painting. Pretty much I was doing like a whole digital thing, drawing. What did I do? I pretty much yeah, I was doing some digital stuff. I won't describe it just in case. It's searchable. But yeah, I was doing some digital like thing, and I know like especially back then as well, there wasn't a lot of people that really were doing digital art as well. Obviously nowadays everyone's doing digital art, but back then as well, tablets were a lot more rare, and like, you know, especially like school students as well. Didn't really have as much access to all of that as well. So yeah, I did this really fancy digital art, then printed it out on this whole other thing to make it even fancier. But yeah, I think in a way they couldn't I don't know, I feel like the art critics as well didn't know how to judge my work, because obviously none of them were digital artists as well, so they're like, well, I guess it looks good. I don't know what they you know, at least I have no idea if they knew how I did everything or not, but at least I got good marks for it. I think one of my friends restarted her paintings really close to the date. Yeah, a lot of you see a lot of the art people just like, you know, change what they want to do last minute to like, they're like, no, I'm not happy with this, I'm gonna change it. But yeah. I remember in art college I was told digital art wasn't real, so they didn't let me do it. Yeah, back in the past, or they didn't realize that everything's gonna be digital. They didn't understand what art was. They, you know, they see digital art. That's like back then, I think when digital art was like a whole new thing, they thought what it was is kind of like what AI is now, like Gen AI, where you just type something and the computer just makes it for you. I think that's what a lot of people thought in the past. When you say digital art, they're like, oh, oh, they didn't make this, the computer made it. But it was much different. Yeah, the person running the course sold her own traditional art. You can't backspace hard work, and I'm like, as someone who does like, you know, who has done a lot of traditional and digital art, you know, it's literally, they're just different mediums, but they're all still art. And someone I knew literally told me it wasn't real art, and I told them to draw and they admitted they were wrong. Yeah, when they realize what is involved in actually doing digital art as well, like proper digital art, it still uses the basics of, you know, traditional art as well. So yeah. Alright, anyway, I think that is going to be it for today, unless I have anything else I can show you. We got Dave the Diver tomorrow, guys. Looking forward to that. That's gonna be like, what time is it? Okay. 1 PM JST for Dave the Diver. Can I show you anything? Maybe I can show you. Let me take another screenshot of I was trying to think of just like for the humanoid Adzennie. I haven't really done too much else for them, I guess. Alright, you know what, I'll quickly show you. Why not? Just the different layers that I have. Alright, quickly back to the other. Alright. Alright. Here we go. This is the humanoid Adzennie. At least, you know, once again, while I work on the other art as well, whenever I have spare time or like my brain's overloaded to refresh, I always come back and work on the on you guys a little bit as well. So I just caught up with your Dave Fod a few days ago. I remember the Meow Meow and the Hammerfish. Alright, so this is the current base form. You can see I updated the hair a little bit to look a little more natural, I guess, as well. It's still, you know, weighted on this side and this is still longer. But I did want it to be a bit more, you know, kind of flowy as well. This is you guys. This is your fang that you always bite me with. But yeah, this is... I gave you a little bit of thigh squish. Because why not? But this is the base layer as well. And as it should be. And then I kind of changed the well, this is the underlayer, but I changed the base layer a little bit as well, so that you've got this first. This is like your, it's a bit more protection, I guess. So we've got this first, and it's like, I guess this helps, you know, because how I explained it before, the it's like a boost. The underlay is kind of like protection, but then this is more like, I guess you can run faster and be stronger. even without all of the suit on. I was gonna ask if this was a gender bend of unit. This is the Adzennies. This is you guys. And then, yeah, I kind of wanted to make it so that once you put the this layer on, it was like, it looked like a full bodysuit rather than the separation that we had before. Yeah, so it kind of looks like a full joint bodysuit now, instead of having it kind of like this before as well, which I kind of like. And then, you know, you still got your jacket and everything. You have your longer gloves and boots and everything. Yeah. So that's kind of the updated thing. So cool, reminds you of Eva suits, but fantasy style. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, the plug suits were like the basis for all kind of futuristic battlesuit mecha kind of stuff. But yeah. So I'll certainly keep working on this as I work on all the other projects, but you know, just a little update on how you guys are going. Not gonna lie, full bodysuits and clothes makes me think we're gonna be like some kind of Gundam pilots. I mean, who knows? Maybe you have like some, maybe not like a Gundam, but you could have like some kind of vehicle that still is kind of cool. Yeah. But yeah, there we go. That is you guys. So yeah, we are so main character. Yes, we know. We know you guys are the main character. Okay, no need to bring it up. You guys are the main character. That's how it is. So yeah, all right. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys had fun. Once again, I felt like that game's kind of really chill. I don't have to, you know, I wanted to just, you know, chill out and just talk and everything today. So I'm glad I picked that game where I didn't have to lock in too hard and it was just nice and easy. But yeah, I guess I'll see you tomorrow for Dave the Diver. But thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, I am Altus Zendoji, your true blue Oni of first stage production and second generation Ravenous. If you enjoy comfy streams, hotman, and cuteness, smash that like button, become my sub, click the bells and save for notifications, join the membership for emotes and more. Stream my covers on Ina Utage and Shanti. Buy my future merch. And as always, don't forget to hydrate, stretch, eat something nice, be kind to yourself both physically and mentally. And until our next adventure, adventurers, roll out. Bye bye.